Hello and welcome back. I'm Eric with Tilted K Homestead, and every week in the month of January we are making a different meal in the Cooking for Men series. Today we're going to be making fajitas. We're making chicken fajitas. I have all my ingredients all cut up and ready to go, so we can dive right in. So let me get my pan camera going. Can you see that, guys? Can you see that right there? So we got our pan on the heat. We're waiting for the heat to come up. And right over here we have our chicken. Now this chicken is all cut up. And it's like, I don't know, quarter-size pieces. So in this pan, once we get this nice and warm, just going to put some olive oil. We're going to let that come up to temperature. Now this isn't the best looking pan in the world, but it's the biggest pan that we have right now. We have started getting our cast iron collection going really good for when we get down to Arkansas, where our homestead is. But until that is complete, we're going to hang on to this pan and let it go. So into this, we're just going to put our chicken. We'll make sure this is all spread out. And I'm cooking right now on basically a medium high. And what we want to do is get this about halfway cooked. And don't be afraid if this chicken starts sticking a little bit. Add a little bit more oil to it. It'll be fine. So let me get this all cooked up. Oh, we're getting there, guys. So this is a fantastic meal. With the exception of the spices, it's 3 ingredients. How can you go wrong? So, pretty simple to do. Now, I cut the chicken and the peppers and the onions up already. And that took me 15 minutes or so. So, we're going to cook this chicken just a little bit more. And then we're going to add our vegetables to it. Alright, we're almost there here. Basically what you're doing is, the chicken's not 100% cooked, but if you look, all the pink is cooked out of the outside part. So what we're going to do now is we're going to add our peppers. Okay. Now that seems like a lot of peppers, guys, but this is going to cook down quite a bit. Okay. Now the peppers are a little thicker texture than the onions, so we're going to put a cover on this, and we're going to let this cook down just a little bit. And what you want to do is, just when it starts to get tender, throw your onions in. So let's let this go for a couple of minutes, and we'll get our onions in. Alright, let's check this out. Oh yeah, there we go. So they're still hard, But you can see they're just starting to get a little bit softer, and that's what we're looking for. So let's get some of those peppers down right on the heat. Alright guys, now we're going to take and we're going to put in our onions. Alright guys, I've already stirred it once, but let me show you what it looks like. So we're really starting to get there, and we're almost to the point where we would add our spices. So I'm going to get this covered back up, and we're going to do the spices. Now let me turn this camera a little bit for you. So in our spices, this is oregano, and I have the list of ingredients here. Hold on one second. There we go. So in here I have oregano. It's 1 teaspoon of dried oregano. Okay, and to that we are going to add 2 teaspoons of chili powder. Oh, that was nice, wasn't it? We're going to add 1 teaspoon of paprika. We're going to add half a teaspoon of cumin. Hold on, let me get a utensil here, because we want to make sure we get all of that cumin in. That's better. Okay. Then we have a half a teaspoon of garlic powder. A half a teaspoon of onion powder. Okay, we've got 1 teaspoon of salt. And 1 teaspoon of sugar. And 1/4 of a teaspoon of cayenne. That's the hot stuff right there. All right. So let's take this and get it all mixed together. All right, that looks pretty good. What do you think? Just put that right there. Let's take a look at our vegetables. Let me get this camera back over here so you guys can see what's going on in here. Oh, that looks good. And that worked out good, because this is about where you want to add your spice. See how your onions are starting to come apart? And your peppers are starting to get nice and soft. See, I can break that right off. That's the perfect time. Okay. Now you want to get this all mixed together throughout the whole thing. Make sure some of that mix is really touching everything. Now, if you don't have an ample spice supply, you can just get a fajita mix from your local grocery store. It's up to you, but when we have to get the mix, we usually put 2 packets in. They usually err on the side of caution when it comes to those and how much spice and heat they have. So we end up adding 2, it gives it more flavor. So this stuff is pretty good. I'm going to let this cook in for a few more minutes, but we don't want to cook it so that these onions start cooking down too much or our peppers start cooking down too much. You want a little bit of crispness to your peppers in your fajita. So we're going to give this a few more minutes, let those spices cook in, and then we'll get ready to put it in the wraps. Alright guys, I think we're ready to get this wrapped up. Let's take a look and see what we got. Oh yeah. Oh yeah, that looks good. Alright, it's pretty simple, pretty easy. Get this done. Just going to take some, put it on there. Make sure we get plenty of chicken. Just like that. Just going to take a little cheddar cheese, give it a little sprinkle, and we're just going to fold that up that way. Take that over there. Take that over there. And that's it. I'm going to get another one and we'll show you what that looks like at the end. Okay guys, look at that. Looks pretty good. Can you guys see that? Let's see. Oh, there we go. That looks pretty good. Let's see. There we go. What do you think of that? Alright, let's turn this camera off. Alright guys, that's it. Fajitas. Super easy. Easy to make. We'll get 6 meals from me and Missy, if not more, out of this. Chicken, peppers, onions, a spice pack, or the spices that I listed out earlier. Next week, the last week in January, we are going to be cooking in the smoker. Although it's the end of January and it's cold outside, it's actually the best time to cook in the smoker, in my opinion. And in the smoker, we're going to do ribs. We're going to do a nice rack or 2 of ribs, and we're going to take you along for that as well. I hope you guys have been enjoying this Cooking for Men series and enjoying our channel. If you're not subscribed, please hit that subscribe button, hit that like button, and hit that bell. It'll let you know every time we got a video coming out. Until the next time, we'll see you later, guys. Bye.